You know how bad AI music videos keep being released even though the backlash against AI is very apparent? Why would the bands and record labels care what the populace of fans say though? Because AI is easy and cheap! The problem is that so many of these AI music videos look incredibly dated even after a couple years. That's awful and proves the bands releasing them are tied to a problem. But again, easy and cheap! Slap the song to some AI prompts and wipe your hands! I'm pointing out 10 bad AI music videos in heavy music. Rock and metal bands should know better than to rely on AI slop, but over the last few years, even bands I enjoy have said, screw it, let someone with a few graphic cards to burn handle it. I'm not ranking these videos, just a list. You know how this works. Let's dive into a digital dumpster. Remember when Midjourney came out and people were playing with it nonstop to make stuff? I know I did. Then I realized it's not great for anyone and stopped. Meanwhile, Disturbed doubled down and made themselves in Midjourney, literally putting themselves into the system. Madman, which I said before is a bad song and a terrible example of what Disturbed can do, was given an appropriately bad music video. This was made with pride in many hours of programming and text prompts and changes and bleh. The video has everything from people screaming to bombs dropping. The less I talk about bombs dropping and David Draiman, the better. This video might have predicted David Draiman's future in the public eye, in fact. You can pause the video at any moment, see a still image, and look at how basic and ugly it is. Whether it's of the band, the generic politicians, or the electric chair stuff, it's all worse than what high schoolers could draw on their notebook in the 90s. The only thing disturbing about this is how much time was spent on something awful. I'm a Within Temptation fan, have been one for years, and several years ago when Within Temptation started pumping out AI music videos, it messed with my head a bit. This one was one of the first bigger bands to do it also, so yikes. This is the same Within Temptation who sings songs about how the world is dying and fighting oppression and standing up to the system, and now it's with terribly rendered imagery that looks worse than PS2 graphics. I mention rendered imagery because Sharon and Adele's face looks like it's being rendered live while the video plays, and it's a bit off-putting to say the least. And that's the entire music video. Quality like this. You can't even enjoy the song. This song, Bleed Out, is based on a true story of an Iranian woman who was attacked, and the video is inspired by hundreds of graphic processors. Ugh. It hurts knowing how serious the message is and how well crafted the song is, and it was presented with cutting-edge 2023 AI. Even the comment section was not kind to Within Temptation, and that's saying something because Within Temptation fans love the group. Can't blame them though, this looks rough. I love High on Fire as we go further into metal territory, and I don't love whatever AI slop was shoveled out for the video of Burning Down. For all the grotesque imagery in the video, the AI makes it worse for unintended reasons. If you've ever wanted to see what a live, fast-moving plague looked like, but really choppy and with terrible human-like characters, then Burning Down will prove why you have problems. I don't know what platform or AI generator was used, but this took time to make bad-moving gross animation. It's the biggest slap in the face to stop motion, which I think they were trying to replicate the movement of, but failed miserably. This AI looks lousy and it takes away from a great song. Also, I feel like High on Fire have written songs about this exact thing with AI and taking over and stuff, so what the heck happened here? Jeez. Truth and fiction in concept could be funny if the AI used was actually funny and not just random AI images. I mean, the Offspring have become the equivalent of a band making dad jokes though, so this fits with the band, unfortunately. Not only is this awful, but a lot of this could have been done with stock footage from Adobe for free. I get they're going for the whole truth and fiction vibe of reality being presented through AI, but this is all hot garbage. It's all random too. That's what I think gets me the most. Blurry-handed noodles and Dexter with the Day of the Dead makeup, and a monkey and a pool model, and ugh. Man, that was a lot I just had to say. Cartoon Network in the 90s was not this random and chaotic. straight up cheese. Big name bands and labels are just relying on the cheapest solution possible to produce cornball content because, look, bad AI monkey, ha 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 ha. That's it. The bar for the Offspring this past decade has not been set that high either, but this video somehow didn't cross that. Also, someone in the comment section for this video left pretty fly for an AI. That's a solid line, but is it fly for AI? 2 years after what I thought was the worst album of 2023, 30 Seconds to Mars released an AI music video for Avalanche off of It's the End of Dignity and a Terrible Degradation of Her Once Good Band, or whatever that album title was. 2 years later, and you dumped time and money into AI slop. You can tell this is higher polished AI output, but it's still obvious AI. This is almost as creepy as Mars Island. It also doesn't help that they had the brothers in AI format with all the aliens, including a car ride. As if to say, this alien is going to be in the band now because no one else can stand us. And even the alien looks like he wants out. This was unnecessary. Just to put a fun, hard quotation marks on that fun, music video with aliens in our modern world, and we're all just having fun to it while a bad electronic track plays. This would have been bad when the album came out, but 2 years later makes it sad. You can also tell this video took time and effort because the AI does look cleaner, especially around the humans, but it also just is gross. This is more than unnecessary. It's gross. Just like the song the video was for. This one was sent to me by a few people, to which I say, wow, thanks a lot. I didn't even care for this song when I heard of it off of Limp Bizkit Still Sucks, but seeing the music video a year after the song was released is absolutely appropriate for Limp Bizkit. It aligns with everything Limp Bizkit does across the board. The band members of Limp Bizkit all putting their faces in funny body types. I feel like this isn't even needed through AI though. People have been doing this with Jib Jab and Photoshop for years. I get it's intentionally bad and cheese, but that does not make it more enjoyable. It just makes it really hokey, like a slideshow that you don't want to watch. The longer you watch, the more you realize the music video now could be potentially done on Canva, and that's depressing. How does a band get lazy with AI? This might take the cake for laziest, as some of these photos of the band could have just been found online, and the AI prompt writers just went from there. I mean, this is bad and lazy. And once the charm of a first watch wears off, you remember nothing from it. The bass line is really good in this track, and they at least kept a good groove with the AI PowerPoint presentation. R.I.P. Sam Rivers, gone way too young. This is not how he should be remembered, by the way. When generations of Christians have asked what would Jesus do, Stryper said, fill our metal ballad with AI to show our love. I'm not sure what the Savior's response would be to Stryper's actions, but I feel he'd be confused. This was a joke to all the proud Christians who think I'm trying to be blasphemous. I am not. I'm just pointing out some odd AI filling in most of the Stryper's music video for a song about feeling betrayed and having a broken heart. I mean, people have been acting that out for decades. I don't think you needed AI for that. You know what a broken heart and contrite spirit don't lead to? Midjourney and ChatGPT. I don't know, I just feel if Christian metal is going to convey a message about humanity, it should have a touch more humanity. I'm not the only one who's weirded out by this, right? It's not even the worst Christian metal ballad I've heard. Yeah, I know, it's Stryper. But seriously, this song didn't need a video, especially when you already have some of the band in the video IRL anyway. You could have just made the video at that point, even though it was unnecessary, but then you added AI on top of it. Is this what the youth pastors try to show the teenagers in youth group now? To show how they know what's cool and up to date with technology? Because Jesus would not try that one either. I'm pretty confident Jesus would not use AI to show his message of heartbreak. Following in turn, Amaranthe also released a video where the band was there, they were filming things IRL, but then they used tons of bad AI art and animation for transitions to make it extra spooky, I think. It's transitions and effects that have the band members turn into AI monsters at moments and then show haunted AI imagery and awkward visuals. This is scary for all the wrong reasons. It does not look good. It looks like Nickelodeon Halloween. It'd be cheesy fun if they just kept to the Spirit Halloween graveyard and coffin and outfits, but again, they filled it with AI. They used AI after they went out of their way to film stuff in a studio. I'm not understanding how this is a good idea to people. This seems weird. The band had full wardrobe and costumes, they had everything there, and they somehow made it cheaper with the bad AI. And it's for seconds at a time as well, so it goes to live action for a bit, and then reminds you of how ugly it can get. You understand what Amaranthe are going for with the Damnation Flame video, and how it's trying to show the changes in monsters and vampires, but I stand by it all reeks of Nickelodeon TV Halloween, and the bad AI, when paused, looks like bad overlays. Just get more fangs and fake blood from Spirit Halloween. You clearly already went there. You would have been set. Yeah, new Puddle of Mud in 2025 after more arrests and no improvement in music. Oh, Wes used AI because he couldn't be bothered to do a full music video or put effort into anything. I want this to stand as the perfect example of how lazy AI can be. When you pause on some of the images with text, you can make out that it's bad AI, and when you pause on a smooth-faced, de-aged Wes Scantlin, you can see how it actually does reflect how bad Puddle of Mud still is. Bad AI, bad song, bad band. They have actual Wes Scantlin singing into a mic and playing a guitar in what looks like a closet or he's in a hostage situation, and then the rest of the video is AI. Almost as if Wes knew him playing in a garage wouldn't cut it in 2025 and begged ChatGPT to help. At about 2 minutes in, you have the angle of Scantlin standing in front of a carousel, and it's so blurry and badly rendered that it gives the appeal of the viewer being drunk. This was a video in 2025, by the way. It's less than a year old as I'm making this video. When your video looks cheaper than no budget, as in it looks cheaper than just recording on your phone, you really messed up. But it's Puddle of Mud in 2025. I don't expect much more. Save all your comments about how Linkin Park is great and how I must hate the band. I think the song Lost is great. It's a B-side from one of my favorite albums of all time. And that doesn't mean Linkin Park gets a pass on Anime AI, or Anime AI, or whatever this is. It's not the most egregious AI music video by a long shot, and you can tell at least what they were going for, but I do feel this really would have hit home harder if real CGI or animation was used for a tribute to a long-lost Chester Bennington track. The music video was a combination of animation and AI, to be fair, but the AI did a lot of heavy lifting and CPU burning to make this, and I feel it was not necessary. They also used video footage of Chester from live in Texas to help with the rotoscoping to AI, which is a good amount of effort to just pump into AI. Why could they have not just hired a great animator? They've done that before for previous music videos. I mean, it's not nearly as bad of an option to start with your own real animation and drawings and have AI fill in the gaps for a sequence, but you're still using AI to do a lot of work that could have been a labor of love and not a weird flow of glitches while Chester sings his heart out. I don't know, I feel like his legacy deserves more than text prompts. What sucks about a video like this is that there's more than likely going to be a part 2 because there is no way the conveyor belt of AI slop is going to stop anytime soon. Leave a comment if you know of another bad AI music video. Please like this video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you want more videos like this, and finally, here's some animal footage.
These are recorded clips of dinner time for all the little ones. Chester jumping on furniture, howling his head off. Ivan trying to be as patient as he can even though he's hungry. And then when it's time and everyone's ready, we put down the bowls, we make sure everyone's fed, and finally it's quiet for a few moments while everyone's feeding.